Hi, Tia at Trailstone here. Previously, we talked about what is not covered, so let's talk about what is covered in a landlord policy, also known as a dwelling fire policy or a DP3. Your landlord insurance package will include several coverage types designed for your risks. The exact details of your coverage will vary, but here are some key protections that landlord policies can provide. First is property insurance. Property coverage is a key part of your landlord insurance policy, and it covers the property you own against physical damage. For example, if your property is damaged in a fire, you can file an insurance claim to cover the repair costs up to your policy limit. Dwelling coverage specifically covers damage to the building structure itself. You should purchase limits that are high enough to cover the replacement cost of your property. Lately, inflation has really affected the rebuilding cost of your home, so please double check to make sure you have enough coverage to rebuild. Next, personal property. Personal property in this case would be items owned by you, the landlord, not the tenant. Typically, this is used for items such as washer and dryer or refrigerator. Again, this will not cover renters' personal property. They will need a renter's policy for their belongings. Liability insurance is another key part of landlord insurance policy. A typical example of a liability involves a tenant or guest who is injured on your property. If the injury is considered your fault, for example, because you failed to maintain the front steps and a broken step created a tripping hazard, you could be held liable for the medical costs. You could also face legal costs if the injured person files a lawsuit. Landlord liability insurance can help cover the medical and legal costs associated with third-party liability. Here's a pro tip for landlords. Here at Trailstone Insurance Group, we advise our landlord policyholders to mandate at least $100,000 in liability coverage from their renters. If your tenant does not have a renter's policy with liability coverage, you could be sued as the property owner for something that your tenant did, so please be careful. Next, we have business income coverage, or sometimes called loss of use coverage. If your rental property is badly damaged, you're not just facing repair costs, you're also facing lost income. Business income coverage provides important protection for landlords who depend on their rental properties for income. Depending on the landlord policy you choose, many times you can select the level of loss of use coverage. Side note on loss of use coverage, your landlord policy will not pay to put your tenants in alternate housing if needed. This is another reason to make sure your tenant has a renter's policy. Trailstone Insurance Group works with more than 40 A-rated insurance companies, so please reach out to our team. We would be happy to answer any questions and help you find the best option for your insurance needs. Talk soon.